etc., etc., etc. Time now for the Chump Line.
Howie, now they want to make Election Day a holiday. Let's just make every day a holiday and give Democrats holidays off. I'm a genius!
I thought Democrats already did have every day off, don't they? Especially since COVID-19. How many of the hacks that work at City Hall or Town Hall or in the agencies go to work? How about the teachers? They have a holiday, right? Every day, it seems like. Somebody says, what about Kamala Harris? Her ancestors owned slaves. Does she have to pay reparations? That is an excellent point. You know what? You know who owned slaves in Kamala Harris's family? The Irish. The Irish, who were thrown out of Ireland by the English, went to Jamaica and then oppressed the black slaves that had been brought over by the English, who were also oppressing the Irish. How are you going to sort all this out?
You're listening to the new and improved CHUMPLINE service brought to you by the Baker administration. The next message will play in 632 minutes.
Stand by to leave your message. There are only 135,455 people ahead of you. That's the new improved Charlie Baker Chump Line. Also applies to the one in Maryland, the one in D.C. You notice the similarity between all these jurisdictions? They're run by moonbat liberals. The Chump Line is brought to you by Matthews Brothers, America's oldest window manufacturer. This week enjoying the premiere of Season 10 of Wicked Tuna, featuring America's favorite captain, Dave Marciano, and his pals Jay, Joe, and Angelica. Wouldn't it be great to be out there fishing with them for free, courtesy of Matthews Brothers? Stay tuned.
Howie, it's Charlie Parker. I'm taking a page out of the Joe Biden playbook. I've announced that I'm going to be bombing the state of New Hampshire to take the pressure off of the poor decisions I've made concerning everything.
Yeah, well, he settled for reopening the restaurants a little more and for saying that Fenway Park could open up with 12% of capacity. I wonder how much money the Red Sox can make if they can only have 12% of capacity, but they have to have all this normal security and paid details that they would have if they had a full house. Do you think it really means much? I think not.
With all this global warming going on, have you heard any updates on the spring migration of manatees to Boston Harbor?
Yeah. I have yet to ever see a manatee down here in Florida. I see a sign every day on my bike that says, watch out for boats, watch out for manatees. But I don't think they've seen any either, the people in the boats.
Attending the elite Westminster boarding school, $260,000. A 4-year degree from Smith College to become part of the ruling class, $320,000. Getting a janitor fired with a fake hate crime, priceless.
Multiple janitors fired, and someone from the cafeteria too, I believe. Altogether, 4 people lost their jobs. Staffers, not tenured faculty members, staffers making short money, and because of a made-up hate crime by a member of the uber-privileged class at Smith College.
Howie, Charlie Baker calling. Tiger Woods didn't crash his vehicle. He just had a bad user experience.
A bad user interface experience, Governor. Come on, get your cliches right.
When Joe Biden heard about the bombing in Syria, his question was, do we know who did it?
Is this the first time in a long time that we have bombed a foreign nation and the president hasn't at least come out and made a brief statement to the press? I think it is. But then this is also the first time in a very long time that apparently we're not going to have a live primetime State of the Union address.
that old rhetorical question, don't you know who I am, kind of takes on a new meaning with Joe.
What did he say last week? They said, what's it like to be in the White House? And he said some mornings he wakes up and goes, where am I? He said that. Of course, he also said, we have the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in American history. And that's brushed aside by the quote unquote fact checkers. It's just Uncle Joe. Everybody knows he's only got half a mind to be president.
Joe Biden here. I authorized those strikes in Syria because I want everybody to have a good paying union job. No joke.
That's a bunch of malarkey.
We once had a governor called Parker, who was a real carnival barker. He never took blame, his excuses were lame, and he made our state so much darker.
Boy, he sure did. Limerick guy's about my age. He remembers the old days, especially back in Western Mass. It was bleak. There was no jobs. Gilbarco packed up out of Springfield. They made the pumps for Exxon, Standard Oil, and they went to Greensboro, North Carolina, and there was just nothing going on. It's kind of like the way Charlie Parker has made the state today, all these years later.
Looks like Connie Harris found out about the Syria bombing just like Obama used to find things out, by watching the news.
I think Obama actually said he read it in the newspapers. Joe see it when me TV or TV Land breaks in with a bulletin. Not very often, right? That's when he finds out something's going on.
Howie, under S. Biden calling. I feel a little responsible for the airstrikes. I accidentally picked up the big guy's nuclear football thinking it was my iPhone. They thought I said bomb Syria when I actually said, where's my bong, Siri? Oh, Barno attack!
That's pretty good. I hadn't heard anything like that before on the internet. Where's my bong, Siri? And guess what happens? Some bombs fall on Assad's brutal dictatorship, which John Kerry toasted because they served a particularly fine vintage of Bordeaux when he was in Damascus, don't you know?
That was your last Chump Line message. Thank you for calling Howie Carr, you chump.
All right, that's it for the Chump Line today. The Chump Line is the recorded voicemail message service of the Howie Carr Show. You can call and leave a message any hour between 1 and 4 Eastern each weekday. The Chump Line number, if you wish to leave such a message, 844-4242. Excuse me, 844-500-4242. I'm getting it mixed up listening to Joe talk about a million billion. 844-500-4242. Press 2 for the Chump Line. Leave your message. We may or may not play it at this time each weekday. If you want to hear more Chump Line messages that you haven't heard already, you can go to Chopped Chumps. We post that around 7 o'clock every weeknight. Get Chopped Chumps wherever you get your Howie Carr Show podcasts. The Chump Line is brought to you by Matthews Brothers, America's oldest window manufacturer. This week, enjoying the premiere of Season 10 of Wicked Tuna, featuring America's favorite captain, Dave Marciano, and his pals Jay, Joe, and Angelica. Wouldn't it be great to be out there fishing with them for free, courtesy of Matthews Brothers? Stay tuned.
Howie, Charlie Baker calling. Tiger Woods didn't crash his vehicle. He just had a bad user experience.
802 says, what do Howie, Grace, Kamala Harris, and Joe Biden all have in common? Answer, none of them knew we were bombing Syria. Maybe Kamala did. Maybe. Probably not, though. You're right. 844-500-4242. I'm Howie Carr.
You're tuned into the Howie Carr